This is the 2911 podcast. Hi guys, I am Bumi and I am the podcast manager.
Hi guys, I'm Hannah and I'm one of the social media managers.
Hi guys, I'm Toby, I'm the podcast photographer.
I'm Apollo, I'm one of the editors in the podcast.
Hey guys, I'm Deborah and I'm another one of the social media managers.
Yeah, hi, my name is Kwabena. Yeah, that's actually how you pronounce it. But they call me Quabs. And my role, or what I do in the pod, I kind of oversee everything that's going on, just make sure everything's running the way that's supposed to be run. I'm in this position because I wouldn't say I'm the most strict, but I'm the most to the point, I would say, just making sure that no one's slacking. And I think I have the respect of the people, so it kind of helps in my role because they actually listen to me. They actually pattern up when they need to pattern up, so that's what I would say.
So my name is Axe on the podcast, but I go by the name of Kwesi. Some of my responsibilities is that I'm the head of finance, delegating all of the budgets that goes on with episodes and with events. Another responsibility is that I also lead the Bible study session with some of the other guys as well. I've always been someone that likes numbers. I like to articulate them, provide data-driven stories, and to provide insights. So that's where finance kind of fits into my role the strongest because I'm able to visualize our progress. I also like event planning because I've always loved, just managing projects, and I feel like that's one gift that God's really given me for me to handle large-scale projects.
Hi, my name is Naod, better known as Naps. I'm the lead editor on the podcast and also a member of the pod. One of my key responsibilities is to make sure that episodes are edited and ready for you guys on Spotify and YouTube. God draws out the talents that he has in you so that he can use it for his glory. And when he came to the podcast, it just happened to be that at that time I was really studying how to edit and really trying to learn on the job sort of thing. So I filled that gap for the podcast where in a time we just couldn't afford having an editor.
My name is Daniel. A lot of people call me DSQ because that's why I introduce myself as on the pod. But you can call me Daniel. I'm one of the podcasters, and my role is I lead the creative direction and strategy of the podcast. What that looks like it's that word sounds so long. But what that looks like is helping, just like the creative vision of the podcast. Making sure that whatever we believe that God is telling us to do, we encapsulate that in every piece of content that we create. I help to produce episodes, so you guys probably don't know, we write our episodes. We don't follow it as a script, but we write it. There's some key things that we want to articulate and convey on the podcast, so it looks like that. And it just looks like just ensuring that every area of the pod, social media, events, everything just aligns with what God has given us, like the vision he's given us for the podcast. A lot of the podcast is about showing people our story, showing people our journey of growing and growing in Christ and what that looks like. And I think just hearing us speak, sometimes you can't get a real feel for that or totally. And so events, YouTube, obviously the way we use our social media, I feel like it really allows you guys to really see what the journey looks like what it means to grow as a believer.
Hi guys, it's Bienmi here. I am a podcaster. I am also events lead as well. So what that means is, firstly, I lead quite a few of the Bible studies on our Thursdays. Yeah. And also when it comes to events, it's planning the rollouts of promotion, making sure that we have venues and logistics sorted, planning budgets and stuff like that for the events, but also doing things like, okay, cool, when are we going to be fasting for the event? When are we going to start picking volunteers? What volunteers do we need? How is it all going to come together? How are we going to plan multiple events at one time and make sure that our plans and our content can kind of align in terms of events, content, men's event, live show, and also how do our events link in with the vision and the words that we've been given by God as well? When I think about my role in the podcast and being a podcaster, I also plan quite a few of the episodes as well. Doing a podcast and also doing the events. I think that the Lord wanted us to do more, me to do more as well, because our vision wasn't just for a podcast. Our vision was for a platform. Our vision was for a place where people can learn from our experiences, feel emboldened by our experiences, feel relatable to our experiences. And so if events are going to help us do that, then wherever the Lord takes me, I'll do it.
Above everything, the podcast for me is just a time capsule. It generally shows me and tracks my life in Christ from a time where I really knew nothing to now where I still feel like I know nothing, but I do know a little bit more than I used to.
Regardless of where we are in our lives, whatever our career is, even how far we are in our relationship with God, you know, we're all doing this to serve the purpose that God's really given us. So I'd say it's one body.
Over the years, it's become me. It's not an extension of me. It is me. You know, it's something that I cherish very much. You know, when I'm in prayer, just something I find a lot of joy in praying about. You know, interceding on the behalf, standing in the gap. You know, as they like to say, for every single person on the pod and whoever supports and whatnot. It's just it warms my heart.
It's a marker of God's love for me. The fact that he's given me these guys to walk with, the fact that he's given me purpose, the fact that he's given me opportunity to pour into people, to be poured into by people, it's a marker to me of God's love and God's intention for my life.
The podcast means everything in the world to me. Like, this is one of the biggest gifts that God has given me, and it can never be replaced. Like, hence why I've been on every episode, not to boast, but generally, like, it means everything to me. And like, I'll run myself into the ground for this podcast because I love the vision that God has given us and the people that I get to do it with.
I think Naps wouldn't be able to do what I do in terms of the data visualization, strategy, the finance part, because I don't know, if he was head of finance, I think we'd be bust right now.
I'll say Krabs. I don't know, like, he's got... I don't know, I don't think he has the patience to edit, if that makes sense. But yeah.
Probably say Quabs and Axe. Axe maybe might be a bit harsh. It's not even harsh, really, but I just think, I'm going to say Quabs and Axe.
I think Naps couldn't do what I do, because I think that Naps is a little too go with the flow, go with the vibes, to plan episodes and also to plan events as well. I feel like the stuff would end up really good, but it'd be a little bit wayward and wanted in the midst of it. So yeah.
Hey, everybody can do what I can do, man, because, you know, when it comes to the grace of God, the grace of God can empower anybody, so I ain't that special, bro.